Moments with God, a time of reflection for every day.
August 16th. The test of obedience. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die. Genesis 2:17.
Why did God have to create the tree of trial in the Garden of Eden? Without it, wouldn't they have been safe? Wouldn't it have been better if they hadn't been given the opportunity to disobey? Let's explore these questions in the story of Adam and Eve. You may freely eat from every tree, God told them. For the Garden of Eden contained all the best fruits of the earth. There the lion and the lamb played peacefully, colorful birds fluttered among the trees, and melodious songs were sung to the Creator. There, the very lives of Adam and Eve bore witness that it is possible to obey God voluntarily, without pressure, without force, but out of a gratitude born of love. But God gave them that demonstration of true love. He told them, "Do not eat from it, nor touch the tree of the knowledge of good and evil." It was a beautiful tree with good fruit, yet no one could eat from it. This was the proof of their love for God.
It wasn't complicated or difficult to obey. They weren't hungry enough to be tempted to eat it. But there was God's law, expressing the principle of love in a single command. This law was necessary because all free happiness depends on voluntary obedience, and in this the holy couple rejoiced. They obeyed because they loved God.
Right in the center of the garden, next to the tree of life, which they were permitted to eat and which also served to prolong their vitality, right there was the forbidden tree. For every time they went to the tree of life, the law of obedience took hold, and they avoided eating the other tree, which was forbidden. They obeyed out of love because they wanted to fulfill God's law. God's law is essential to His government, and only submission out of love brings true happiness, just as a man and woman who decide to unite their lives out of love enjoy abstaining from things that offend the other because they want to make each other happy. Obedience out of love makes it pleasurable.
But God, to fulfill His omniscient designs, chose to test their loyalty before they could be considered eternally safe. They were to enjoy His favor, and He would converse with them, and they with Him. However, He did not place evil beyond their reach. He allowed Satan to tempt them. If they endured the test, they would enjoy the perpetual favor of God and the angels of heaven.
The law is the test of obedience. For Adam and Eve, it was not eating from the forbidden tree, and their happiness depended on their obedience. Today, the law is expressed in 10 commandments, and our happiness depends on our obedience. Why do you think the Lord gave us this law? He didn't do it to annoy us, but for our good. But do you want to obey God or reject His law? Your choice. Amen.
Thank you for listening to this audio. We invite you to share with your contacts and visit the website BibleWell.com.